Welcome into Clearviewmedia Sports, the podcast. Steve Baker, Coach Robert Deck, Chris Hook. A little bit of a different background here today. As you can see, we have a whiteboard behind us. That's because we are at Walsh Jesuit High School getting ready for Walsh to take on St. Ignatius. But before we do that, we're going to bring you the podcast, and then after that, we're going to bring you the game. Let's talk first about high school football. We've been doing that for a long time. This is the last week we can talk about it because it's over, Coach. We're done. No more high school football. We have
not over for me, though. I mean, you know, with scouting and everything, and my day just begun.
Yeah, and if you want people to go with you, we can go with you and help do that. But we have 7 division winners. Let's go through that list and talk about them a little bit.
Can we start? Division 5?
Sure.
I'm going somewhere with this. Trust me.
I guess we're gonna start with Division 5, Coach.
All right. So, Division 5.
Go ahead.
Now, I wasn't at these games. You guys were, but South Range looks great. I think we all picked Ironton in that game, but just to give you guys kind of some stats of this game here. Tatum Carpenter, quarterback for Ironton, 325 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He was the sole provider of all the points for Ironton in a complete blowout by South Range.
Tell us about South Range.
South Range, Billy Skippert, quarterback, 331 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He also had 3 rushing touchdowns. Dominguez, 12 yards, 1 touchdown. Blake Ewert, 19 receptions for 142 yards and a touchdown. And then Shane Lindstrom, 176 yards receiving and a touchdown. They lit it up, and surprisingly, because when we saw them against Perry, they ran the ball the whole game, it seemed like, but they got a potent passing attack as well. Congratulations to South Range.
Yeah, and with South Range winning, they become the first public school in that area to win a championship since 1999 when Poland won. So, well, to add on top of that, so South Range played that first game Friday morning. To add that, so they got that excitement. That game was almost 3.5 hours long.
A long game.
But the following game, Canfield, which is next door neighbors with South Range, they also, a public school, came out with the championship. So we talked with their quarterback, Brock Lowry, Indiana commit, and he made a joke that their schools both go on 46th Street and then split off, and they're going to do a parade on 46th Street for the teams together.
That's great.
Right there. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, it makes sense to me.
It would.
But let's go back to Thursday night, the first game to kick it all off, and that was Hoban versus Toledo Central Catholic. Coach, I'm going to let you take this one. I know you're close to this program, so go ahead.
Well, I mean, it was a good game. Hoban shut down Toledo Central Catholic the whole second half. The first half, they got out of little control. Hoping to get the time to settle down. They finally settled down, and after they settled down, it was a pretty even field game. And then, Ohio Mr. Football showed why he was Ohio Mr. Football. He took over the game. He had more yards than Toledo Central Catholic the entire game. You got to give the kids credit. They had a great season. They had a great run. 3 years in a row, they went to the state championship. They went 1 out of 3. Which is not bad. They all come back next year all of a sudden for you have a transfer who will be leaving. Hoban, the defensive back, Rice.
He's going to Moeller, right?
Yeah, he's going to Moeller, but I don't know. I think that's a pretty bad move.
That's pretty far.
You're going to a school that Hoban beat every year, and you're going to a school that never won a state championship, like in Hoban. So I don't understand the move. I'm not going to question someone leaving, to do something personal with the family, who knows. But then you got, the nose guard who set the record in Mr. Martin, who started since a freshman, and so he set the single start year at start every year since he was a freshman in that program. So that says a lot about that senior class.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Jay Craven, who was part of that defense as well. He was a senior. So technically they're losing 3 kids, but with the rotation that they had, everybody's coming back on that defense.
Right.
Because they had different packages.
Yeah, 3 players doesn't seem like a whole lot, but they are very impactful players they will be losing.
Yeah, speaking of the impactful player, we talk about Lamar. And, yes, congratulations, Lamar, Mr. Ohio football. But, Chris, you and I were looking at the stats. I think Hoban had 9 yards that weren't given to Lamar Sperling. Is that right?
Yeah, he had something like 335 yards.
356.
And 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He was kind of like in the Ironton game. He was the sole provider of all the points for Hoban. And it seems like as good as he is, it's tough to carry a team all the way to the state titles and then especially in the state finals against a team like Toledo Central.
Yeah, and Toledo Central, we had a chance to talk to them after the game, and they talked about how they knew Hoban was going to shut down their running back, number 21. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but they had that plan of someone else taking over, and they excelled with that. And I think the big momentum shift was the pick 6 that was thrown.
Yeah.
It was 28-7 at halftime, ended up being 28-21. Like Coach said, Hoban shut them down in the second half, but did that interception kind of give them that edge and give them that lead, give them essentially the title.
Yeah, Chris Edmonds.
That's 20.
21. He had 104 yards, so he did run the ball pretty well. It was their quarterback, Taewon Clark. He rushed for 77 yards and only threw for 1 touchdown of 62 yards. But I think the size of Toledo just kind of wore down on Hoban. Especially in the trenches, you're trying to run the ball every play, going against those big defensive tackles who I said were 320 pounds, 350 pounds. These huge guys they were going against. And I think the size just, they outlasted them.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen on our YouTube, I believe is the interview I had with Taewon Clark. So please check that out. But let's move on. We talked about South Range taking it. We talked about Canfield taking it. Friday night, we had St. Ed's versus, oh my gosh, I can't think now. Who did play?
Springfield,
thank you. I knew that, but I couldn't think for some reason. So Ed's versus Springfield. Ed's ended up coming up on top on that game. Coach, what are your thoughts on that game?
Of course, we don't own the rights to the music that's playing behind us, so that way Facebook won't shut us down. We do not own the rights to the music that's playing in the background.
Right.
Man, I think it was a good game. I think St. Ed's, oh man, it was a bone crusher.
Yeah.
They wanted it. That's what I thought. They gave it more in the game. Their players was more hungrier, I thought. But the game plans on both sides of the ball was good.
Yeah. Now Ed's put up 28 points. They held Springfield with only 14. Springfield's been a great offense all season. What did you see that Ed's was doing differently defensively that was keeping Springfield from really being as explosive as they usually are?
They were taking away the big plays.
Okay.
That's what they was doing. When you take away the big plays, you kind of slow down that offense. You know what I mean? The game, like I said, the game plans was great on both ends. But St. Ed's came just a little bit more energy, and they wanted it just a little more. I think their offense was fired up, and that's what prevailed. Now,
you said this is a rematch, right? From last year?
Yes, it was a rematch from last year. And like I said, it was a good game out there. It was just what team wanted it more.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ed's looked good, and Ed's continues to look good, and maybe we'll see round 3 next year.
Yeah, that's possible. Now, I know we have a clip. I'm not sure if our producer is he's a little distracted right now out there. So we'll come back to him if we can. So moving on, Saturday morning, the first game, Marion Local versus Kirtland. We all picked Kirtland to win. However, they did not. Marion Local came out with that one. But that game, that was a crazy defensive game. Ended up being 14-6 in that game. Marion Local came away with it. But looking at both those teams, they're very strong on defense, both teams. At one point, Marion Local had a first and goal at the 4-yard line and got stopped on 4 straight drives and turned it over.
Wow.
So those kind of games, yes, they're low scoring, but they're fun to watch because if you like watching hard-nosed hitting football, that's the game you want to see. You don't want to see games that are 53-27 and 3.5 hours long. You want to see hard-nosed, hit people, put them on the ground, and let's play football.
Yeah, it was a close game. It was only 14-6. Interesting stat coming into this game. I don't know if this includes this year. 18 state titles combined between these two schools. 12 for Marion local. So these are two teams that are familiar with each other. In fact, last year South Range was a Division 6, and that was a Division 6 championship game. Was Kirtland versus South Range. So Kirtland is very familiar with these kinds of teams, and 14-6. Running game, defense, and you were saying probably the best game of the whole weekend.
Yeah, for me it was fun to watch. The other games, some of them got a little out of hand, and you were like,
just about all of them got out of hand.
You felt like the game was over for some of these teams. This one, you never felt like it was on for either team. So for me, it was fun to watch that, kind of trying to figure out who was what. And sorry about that, people are not paying attention as they walk right in front of us. I don't understand people sometimes, but that's okay. You get your popcorn. The next game, JFK and New Bremen. Now, here's the thing. I was right. It was a running clock.
Yeah.
But I was wrong on the team.
Yeah, you went the other way with that one. Well, we all went JFK. Once again, I think we all had pretty bad weekend picking games here. 38-6. I mean, New Bremen just looked dominant. It was 24-0 at halftime. Interesting side note, this was the only field goal kicked in the entire weekend was in this game.
Yep,
I'm assuming by New Bremen.
6 of 7, the only field goal even attempted.
Wow. But I want to give a shout out to David Homan, New Bremen's quarterback. 234 yards and 4 touchdowns rushing. 77 yards passing. Rushing. This kid scored 28 of the 38 points. So dominant effort by them. JFK, I'm surprised they looked so bad because they looked so good all year. But New Bremen, just they wanted it more. Like you were saying, they were hungrier. They came out and this kid dominated. He put this team on his back for the state title, and congratulations to New Bremen.
Coach, anything on that one?
No, I was sleeping on that one. It was some great games, throughout the weekend. And like you said, some of the teams we predicted, I didn't think they would fall like they did.
Yeah.
And I was shocked by that, about the turnaround, which was a pretty impressive thing.
Yeah. Well, the last game of the whole weekend, we all picked that one right. Yeah. And that is Glenville and Wyoming. Glenville won 26-6. Not as dominant of a win as we're used to seeing with Glenville, but a good win regardless.
Yeah, Coach Ginn gets his first. Sorry, I know you're ready to go all over.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Congratulations, Coach Ginn.
Coach Ginn gets his first state title. Coach, I just want to say that. I'll let you take it from here.
I mean, I'm so happy for my partner, Coach Ginn. If you didn't see the video, if you didn't see the message, it is very important. He is the first public school in Cleveland history to win a state title. It could be done. It took him 50 years to do it, but he did it. When he started this journey, a lot of those guys are not here. And Coach Terry Ginn took it real personal. And a lot of these young cats don't get it. The kids that's playing for him now is basically the kids that he coached. So that's a lot for that history. That whole entire visitor side was a community. The community came together for that night. It's my friend, it's my colleague. We shared a great moment in the locker room, and I'm going down for the parade this coming up week to hang out with him, and I am so grateful that that's my mentor.
When's that parade, Coach?
The parade is this week. It's coming up.
You have to let us know.
Yeah, where?
It's going to be in Cleveland somewhere.
Chris and I can come down.
They putting it all together. When they get it together, I'm definitely going to announce it. But it's definitely going to be together. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the atmosphere, the excitement, hanging out with some of my guys that over the years that I watched grow up, now I'm watching their kids.
Awesome. And a great interview you had with Coach Ginn there too, Coach.
Oh, man, it was a blessing, man. People don't understand the process and some of the things that Coach Ginn and myself go through, working with the inner city kids. And when you achieve certain things, And when certain things like this happen, it's not how long it takes, it's the process getting there. It's getting people to buy in. Once people start buying in and learning the process, but it starts with the youth. It got to start with the youth. And like you said, put God first. Put God first and everything will prevail.
Yeah.
The thing is, we got to come together. And it got to start with the youth organization. That's why they are so strong.
Great. Well said, Coach. Yeah, Glenville, it's very exciting to see them finally get this far. You were saying it's the process. It's the result of a great process and great coaching for years.
It's awesome. Us being from that area, really cool. So it's really cool. Sorry, I'm getting notes here. It's really cool to see Glenville win it. You said Coach he's been doing it for 50 years. And to finally bring one to the inner city Cleveland, a public school like that, we always hear about these private schools winning all these championships. It's a thing, they can recruit. We hear about this all the time. But having a public school like Glenville take that championship is awesome to see. I want to give a special shout out just to Canton and the Hall of Fame Stadium and their hospitality. You can see I'm wearing that sweatshirt. They were really, for us, were there, treated us really well, took care of us. Thank you for that. And I hope to go back again next year.
But again, talk about the public and private situation. How many public teams won in the state title this past weekend?
I want to say 3.
Right? Or is Marion one as well?
Yeah.
So 4.
4 public schools won the state championship in the state of Ohio.
5.
So kill the noise.
New Bremen, I'm sure, is in public school.
Versus private.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to kill that noise.
I agree. Other than Ed's and Toledo Central, we had all public schools win the state title. I just want to say real quick about this whole state tournament process. I didn't see any of these games, but I saw this stat that jumped out to me. Brock Lowry, quarterback for Canfield, going to Indiana next year. He had 95 yards passing and a touchdown, 24 carries for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing, 69-yard touchdown reception. If that doesn't mean player of the whole weekend, I don't know what does. Congratulations, Brock Lowry, and good luck at Indiana.
Yeah, he looked really good. Even Coach is like, yeah, Coach, I know you didn't get to see him play the whole game, right? You were part of it. Right.
Watch it on TV.
Right.
He's something special.
He looked the part, for sure. And he plays both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
He could have easily gotten a pick 6.
Yep.
And we've been surprised.
All right, so I think that's it. Anything else on high school you want to talk about?
No, I say it's time to move on from high school football.
High school football, let's put that one to bed.
All right,
let's move on. Let's talk about college football.
Yes.
We could spend a lot of time
I feel a lot better today than I did last week, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Ohio State is in the Final Four. That's right, they're in. Those of you Michigan fans, Darren, yep, I'm talking to you. We're in as well. Coach, I know you got a couple people that you can call out there. So we're playing Georgia, guys. Ohio State, Georgia in the first round. And then on the other side, you have Michigan taking on TCU. Now, interesting part about this. 3 of those 4 teams have a Heisman candidate quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
My thing is, when Ohio State lost, they dropped a significant amount of numbers. You know what I'm saying? But when TCU lost, they only dropped them. Or they kept them in the same place. They kept them in the same place, which I felt was a smack in the face. They should have dropped to 4 or 5. You know, in my opinion. You know, why did Ohio State have to get punished? You know, they was number 2 but got dropped to 5.
Now, is that because they went to their conference championship and it was overtime?
I don't care what the scenario is.
I mean, it was overtime against the number 10 ranked team in the country.
Keep it fair.
No, I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just saying that may, again, playing devil's advocate. Is that the reason? Because they were like, well, it's conference championship. Ohio State didn't get to their conference championship.
That's horrible.
I could agree with that. I'm okay with TCU staying at 3. I mean, should they have dropped to 4 and Ohio State gone to 3? Maybe, possibly. I'm just sitting here happy. I was afraid it was going to be Alabama at the 4th spot. So I'm just happy that didn't happen. And Ohio State's still in.
Here's my thing. I hope, Ohio State takes care of Georgia. I hope that team up north beats TCU. Then you get an all Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing TCU win, honestly.
Well, I want to see all Big Ten championship.
I think Ohio.
I want to see all Big Ten.
I think Ohio State's a better chance against TCU than Michigan.
No. I think if we get another chance, I think it's going to be curtains.
Yeah. And talking about things that are crazy, the transfer portal.
Let's
talk about the before we get to coaches, let's talk about how many kids are in the transfer portal. As of a little bit ago, I saw the number was over 1,000 kids in the transfer portal for college football. Now, that's an insane number of kids that are moving schools, changing programs.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt you here.
No, you're good.
Now, this is my argument. I've been saying this for years. With the portal, then you had the COVID year. Now you expect these seniors in high school to compete with experienced college men.
Yep.
Then they keep asking, why is this kid going to, like for instance, Lamar Spurgeon was competing with this type of kids. But then they was questioning why he chose Buffalo.
Right.
This is why he chose Buffalo. Educate your kids on this process, people. I don't care. If you're not ranked 4 or 5 as far as the scouts, the readers, the reporters, it's hard for a 3-star kid or any kid. It's hard for a 4 or 5-star kid if you're not an elite player. Listen to what some of us has been trying to tell you. Quit listening to those know-it-alls, the Al Bundys. Stop listening to the Al Bundys. I'm telling you, I've been saying it for years. It's time that football has changed over the years. It's the portal, and 1,000-something young men just in the portal. And let me tell you, Colorado got over 200.
But they're not going to get all those kids.
My point is that.
But then a lot of kids at Colorado right now are probably going to be transferring out here real soon. So we're going to see a lot of change in college football next year.
And, Chris and I on the way here, we heard a stat about the portal. 2 years ago, the portal had something like 50% of the kids that were in the portal ended up getting a scholarship at a different school. Last year, only 21% of the kids in the portal got a scholarship at a different school. So if you don't have a scholarship at one school, but you're there, or you have a small scholarship, what makes you think you're going to get a scholarship going into the portal? Because you didn't have one before, and the number just keeps dropping. So my argument is the portal the answer? And I don't know if it is.
No, and I heard another stat yesterday about when a kid is at a school, if he quits the team, he's still on scholarship. He can still go to class. He can still live at campus for free, basically. So if Deion wants to get all these kids out of Colorado, it's going to take more than just them quitting the team. They're going to have to actually leave the university and go to a different transfer portal. And if you're, say, the 4-string quarterback, you don't even want to play football, and now you get this new coach telling you, ship up or shape out, you just quit playing football and stay and get your free education?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, technically, when you go to school for education.
Yeah.
Football is just a tool to get you.
Right.
So my thing is, these kids got to think. You got a lot of 4 or 5-star kids go to these schools, then they get upset because they're not getting playing time or they can't crack the starting lineup. That's why you do your research and your education to make sure that your schools need you.
Yeah. The biggest name on this list so far is definitely Clemson's quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei. Hope I said that right. But that's definitely, I'd say, the biggest name in this list right front. I mean, he's a 5-star kind of quarterback.
Yeah, he got benched during the championship game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going. NC State's quarterback is going. Oregon's losing 2 wide receivers.
Michigan's quarterback
is going. There's so many. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. Now, we can talk about the portal. We'll go back to the portal. I want to say one thing really quick. One of the biggest surprise moves Chris and I talked about is Michael Penix Jr. from Washington is coming back for his senior year.
Potential Heisman Trophy winner next year. I mean, the guy led the country in passing yards and in passing attempts. It made Washington a very explosive offense, and I could see Washington being a real threat in the Pac-10 and in the national picture.
Yeah, so that's huge news for him to come back. Washington's going to be really good next year.
Yeah.
Coach, who do you see in the portal, kid-wise, that you're kind of surprised to see there?
NC State quarterback.
Yep.
I'm shocked about that. Clemson's quarterback. Those are the ones that are standing out for me. Well, no. Alabama had a running back.
They did.
And Alabama had about 9 players. Clemson got about 9 players. So that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
unbelievable.
And then non-portal related, you have Jackson Smith-Njigba, who decided he doesn't want to play for a ring. He wants to train to go to the NFL.
I think he did that all year. That was all year.
Me too. We talked about it.
He's protecting his NFL dream.
Now, with that, I'm switching gears a little bit. We'll come back to coaches. But with that, is that becoming a trend? You saw the Bosa's do it. You've seen a couple other Ohio State players do it. Chris Olave, Chris Wilson. Garrett Wilson. You're seeing it all over the country where kids are saying, you know what, I don't want to play in the GoDaddy Bowl. I want to just take that off and get ready for the draft.
Well, before you say something, now, think about it. The Rose Bowl had the final decision for the extending the playoffs to 12 men. So Ohio State told them, if you don't vote for it, we're not coming to play in your bowl game. It was all about the money game. So once Rose Bowl agreed with it, now you got an expansion with 12 teams now. Now I think a lot of those stars will play.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Coach. Going to 12 teams, we're not going to see this as much. You may see some players opt out of these small bowls, but how many great top 10 potential draft picks are going to be playing in the GoDaddy Bowl? Not very few. So those guys are all going to be playing in the playoffs. There's 12 teams now. That's a lot of players and a lot of teams. So I don't think it's going to see too much more of that happening anytime soon.
Awesome. All right, Coach. I know you're ready for it. I know you're ready. We got some coaches moving around here.
Let's read away.
We got a couple coaches moving. The big one that everyone knows about, Luke Fick. No, I'm kidding. He is a big one. But Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State, causing an entire country to freak out. You have people that are upset with it. You have people that are like, good for him. You have people that are like, I no longer like prime time because he did all whatever. But he's going to Colorado, and he's bringing people with him. He's bringing Willie Taggart from FAU. He's bringing Sean Lewis from Kent State with him as well. And he's bringing his kid with him, the quarterback. So he's got all sorts of people coming.
Justin Hunter probably.
And Justin Hunter as well. So you have all these guys that are now Colorado all of a sudden becomes a good team.
Yeah, and Colorado is a big-time program. I mean, they are in the Pac-10. They do have, a nice stadium and nice facilities, and they used to be a powerhouse in the 80s. I mean, it'd be good to get back to that kind of running style. Cordell Stewart.
And Heisman Trophy winner,
Rashaan Salaam. Yeah, that was a great game.
It's getting back to those heydays, man. And with Prime going in, and he's pulling some quality coaches. He pulled Kent State coach. Man, Sean Lewis, an offensive guru. And one thing Prime said, I'm coming. He let you know he's coming.
Yep.
And then he pulled Willie Taggart. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 head coaches that he got on his staff starting off. So you know what? Pac-10 is going to be in trouble. Yeah. And I think they're going to be a contender.
I think I heard something that he's planning on having Taggart and Lewis, Kent State, pretty much just run their side of the program. Deion's there to be Deion, but he's got the offense, he's got the defense.
Hey, Chris, I'm going to need you to get up for a second and give up your headset. We have a guest coming in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The legend.
on, Coach?
Good with you. I'll let you shoot away.
I'll let you get some too, obviously. You can join us, though. As you heard Coach Deck say, Coach Joyce joining us, Coach Cam Joyce, head coach at St. Ignatius, joining us here. And Coach, thanks for joining us on set here. I know you know Coach Deck, Steve Baker, Chris Hook, the other
nice to meet you guys.
You as well. I think we've met before, but it was years ago.
Okay.
But it's all good. Yeah, it was a little basketball, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think it was Christmas Classic, actually, at Garfield. But
been a while,
It's been a minute since we've been there. But, Coach, starting your season 2-0, and you're going up against a Walsh team tonight, also 2-0. So, unfortunately, one team's going to have to come away with the loss here tonight. What's the message to your kids in this? We watched the freshman game, and it was loud. Right now, the JV game's on, and the gym's starting to fill up. So, I don't know if your other games have been as full. What's the message to your kids coming into this one?
Yeah, other games have been full, but they've been at home. So the crowd is for you, right? So you talk about it definitely being loud for the freshman game, and I'm sure it'll be really loud for the varsity game. The biggest thing is when you're on the road, you got to stay calm, stay poised, stay together. It's a game of runs. So whether we jump out on them or not, or they jump out on us, that's basketball. So you got to withstand the runs and not get out of character. When you start rushing and you get flustered, you're pressing, that's when the crowd and the environment gets you. So you got to, like I said, stay together, communicate with each other from coaches to players, and you'll be okay.
Coach, you got anything? I know we got put on the spot, I know.
I mean, this is what, your third year, right, Coach?
Fourth year. Yeah.
Going into your fourth year, Coach, what are your expectations for us this season?
My expectation is to try to compete for a state championship. We've been really close the last 2 years. We're not in the conference, so there is no playing for a conference championship. We want to be at the top, and then obviously it's a process to get there. It's a lot of obstacles that you're going to endure in the season, and games like this will help prepare us for that road in March.
Coach, last year's run that you guys went on, will you talk about that a little bit for us?
Yeah, last year, was up and down regular season. We had a very, very tough schedule. Played a lot of nationally ranked teams, and we lost some tough ones at home, and we lost a tough one to Walsh last year in overtime. And so, but it was a lot of lessons. And the good thing was the guys never quit. They never, complained. They stayed with it, and we played our best basketball when it mattered. And we were able to make a good run at it, and obviously we ran up into a really good team in Centerville and came up short. But no, I think it puts in perspective the regular season. Every game is a lesson, whether you're winning or you're losing, right? And you can be 0-22 as long as you can win one game after another and get 6-0, 7-0. You can win the state championship. That happens.
Right. And now, looking at your roster here, Coach, you have 3 seniors on your starting varsity squad. So underclassmen kind of taking the lead there. How big are those seniors to your program? Have they stepped up as those new leaders? And how big is it to have those couple guys that maybe have been here before with all these younger guys?
Yeah, no, Braden Sapaniak's been a 3-year starter for us, team captain. He's been huge, but a lot of these younger guys have been playing. They're just a little bit older. Now they're juniors. But they've been playing since freshman, sophomore year. So, we are an older team actually this year than we were last year. So you got a lot. We had 8 returners come back. So Owen Maruka, valuable. Owen just came back from winning the soccer state championship. So he really isn't having, last week was his first week practicing. So, the first week he missed because they wanted him to rest. Then he actually got sick. And then he came back last week. And Owen started for us in the playoff run. So Tristan Marshall has been tremendous off the bench for us. He's averaging double figures right now. Just a really good inside presence. Great defender, great shot blocker. Those guys have put a lot of work in this summer, and we've been able to obviously have 2 really good wins to start the season.
All right, anything else, Coach?
I just want to wish you good luck this year, Coach. It's nice, and thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
I do got to ask you one thing, just because we just finished talking about football.
Yeah.
And your rival St. Ed's,
Yeah.
they just won the state championship.
Uh-huh.
Do you use that to kind of push your kids saying, hey, they just won it in football, let's take it in basketball? Or is that kind of just because they're different sports, doesn't really matter?
I mean, obviously, this a rival, right? So it all matters a little bit, but I don't use that as motivation. That's a big game regardless, but we don't need any extra bulletin board material to get up for that game, right? I know twice out of the year, my guys are going to get up for that game, and so are their guys, right? So you don't need any extra motivation. Hey, they won it in football, but like you said, this is basketball, so we're focused on basketball, and hopefully, our football team can get back to where they were under our new coach Ryan Franziger. Obviously, the legend coach Coach Kyle retired. He did a tremendous job, and Ryan's going to do tremendous things too. So, but we're going to worry about basketball. That's what I can control, right? I control indoors, not outdoors. So.
Anything you want to add, Chris? Any questions? No. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll be good.
All right, so Coach Cam Joyce joining us there. That was a little surprise there for us. We didn't know that was coming. So sorry about Coach. I didn't let you know that was happening. He just showed up. But
look at that. Us getting celebrities on here.
What's up, Chris?
Us getting some special guests.
Yeah, look, hopefully we'll have some more coming soon.
Hey.
So we're talking high school football is what we were talking. Let's talk about the Heisman candidates. We kind of touch on it a little bit. 3 of the 4 Heisman candidates are on 3 of the 4 playoff teams. Let's start with the one that's not there, and that's Caleb Williams for USC. Thank you, Utah. We appreciate it here. You're our new second favorite team. So beating USC. Guys, where do you think Caleb Williams stands out of these 4 guys?
The general consensus I keep hearing on the radio is that he's going to win it.
Really?
He's the hands-down favorite by a lot. I don't know why he has 2 losses. I think that should really factor in, especially since remember that if had Washington lost to Washington State, USC would have been playing Oregon. But because of Washington's quarterback lighting it up, he lost the second time against Utah. So, I mean, not only did he lose 2 games, he lost to the same team.
Both times, yeah.
Both times. So I wasn't overly impressed with his season. It was good. It was statistically good, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just bitter. Oh, yeah.
All right, so the other one, Max Duggan, TCU, quarterback. Again, all 4 Heisman candidates this year happen to be quarterbacks. And, we've talked about in the past, obviously outside of our podcast, we've talked about, is the Heisman a quarterback competition? And this year, it seems to be. All 4 finalists are quarterbacks, so this year it is a quarterback award. So let's talk about Mac Duggan. He did lose in his conference championship, like we talked about, by a yard and a half in overtime.
I'll tell you what, that kid is tough. He plays, I'm going to curse, that kid played his butt off. That kid was hurt, he was exhausted, and he gave it his all.
That's what, 64 yards running at the end there?
Man, that kid, he almost beat him by himself.
Yep.
That kid put his team on his back, and he carried him. I got a lot of respect for him, but as far as Heisman Trophy, he's not my favorite.
Yeah, he's probably not going to win it, and for a few reasons. One of them being he is from TCU. This is TCU's first time ever being ranked this high. They're going for a national championship. They did lose that Kansas State game. That was a great game, but unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna win. Because like you said, this is supposed to be the best player in college football, not the best quarterback on the best team, and that's usually what this happens. It's always Alabama's quarterback, or it's Oregon's quarterback, or it's Florida's quarterback. It's whoever is impressive with the stats, and unfortunately, that's not what the Heisman Trophy is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the best player in college football this year, not for a career. That's another reason why I think Max Duggan won't get it. It's because this is his first great year.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Speaking of being, Alabama or Oregon, or how about Georgia, Stetson Bennett?
Yeah, I could see him winning it too because he is the best best quarterback on the best team, defending national champions. He's probably going to go number 1 overall in the draft. I could see him winning it as well.
Yep. And then the 4th one is a 2-time finalist, C.J. Stroud from the Ohio State. So he is going to be there again, second year in a row where he has a heck of a season and then loses to Michigan. 2 in a row this has happened for this young man. But obviously the committee said, you know what, yes, you guys lost that game, but you're still one of the best 4 players in the nation.
Yeah, I'm glad he got the invite to come back. He had 3,300 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, with an 87.7% completion rating. So I don't see why he wouldn't be, because he was dominant all year, and up until that Michigan game, they were saying he was going to win it all.
Yeah, and he started to run the ball.
Yeah, and he started to run the ball a little bit this year.
Coach, out of those 4, Coach, which one do you think is going to take him this year?
Did he really ask me that question?
No, I mean,
let me rephrase it. Not which one do you
really ask
want.
me that question?
we all know who we want to
Not
win.
which one do you want to win? Which one do you think is going to win?
C.J. Stroud.
I hope so. I'm going to go Caleb Williams.
I want CJ to win it as much as I want him to do it. I'm going to say it just because he's going to win.
CJ.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have some snubs so that we can talk about.
What about? Is it too early to pick next year's Heisman Trophy winner?
Penix Jr.
Jordan Travis, Florida State quarterback.
So there are some snubs.
I'm going to throw a curveball in there.
Next year.
Sanders.
Next year. Shredder Sanders.
I knew it was coming.
Wow.
I knew it was coming.
Heisman Trophy?
Colorado. Yeah. Look at his numbers this year.
Hey, it was good.
He's one of the best quarterbacks out of all those guys that we just talked about.
Okay.
So
His numbers say it.
let's talk about the snubs according to Bleacher Report. Bijan Robinson, running back from Texas. He was in the running. They say he's a snub. Also Blake Corum, the running back from that team up north, and Hendon Hooker, the quarterback from Tennessee. He had a great year until he tore his ACL.
Yeah. I think you could classify him as a snub had he not gotten hurt. But because he got hurt, he had to miss 2-3 games. He had missed a chance to go to the conference championship game. I mean, you didn't finish out the whole season. That's the nicest way I could say it.
So anybody else that you see, Coach or Chris, that you're like, man, they got snubbed on the Heisman?
Washington's quarterback.
Yeah, he had a lot of.
But that's neither here nor there.
I should have gone 5, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to coaches, Coach. Who do you want to talk about here? We got the one name that stood out to me you didn't even highlight is Trent Dilfer is coming into coaching. He's at UAB. He's one of those names on the back of the jersey.
I don't know how good of a coach he is, or whatever his coaching experience is. But
he's a big name.
You know what?
He's a good coach. Quarterback. Super Bowl.
I'm kind of pissed off with Trent Dilfer because he took our offensive coordinator. I don't want to talk about that guy. He took our offensive coordinator, man. I mean, offensive coordinator went to Tulsa.
Right.
But he took one of our special coaches that we had on our staff.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it's a promotion for the other guy.
Here's the thing, yes, you have all these coaches, and Europe said he took one. But how many coaches are on the move this offseason?
So many. Just to give you guys kind of an update.
Roughly over 100.
Here's just the few I have right here. We talked about Freeze, talked about Luke Fickell, we talked about Dion. Lane Kiffin got an extension. Lincoln Riley, interesting story. One of the reasons why Cam Rising decided to go to Utah was because he was unhappy with the way Lincoln Riley was trying to recruit him at USC. Kind of promised him all this stuff, and when it came down to it, wouldn't deliver. He said, you know what, I'm going to go to Utah where I can beat you twice a year, apparently.
Not anymore, because they're in the Big Ten.
No. He's got one more year?
I know.
North Texas, I don't know the name. Luttrell, this coach's name, they just fired him. He just played in the conference championship. However, they also fired their AD, so I'm assuming they were related. The coach was hired by this AD. The school president doesn't like the AD, so he fired him and the coach, even though they just went to the conference championship. Very strange. So that's just a few of it.
That's how it works.
What about Jim Harbaugh? Is Jim Harbaugh going back to the pros?
I hope so.
I hope so. Indianapolis Colts. Apparently Andrew Luck, Jim Irsay, they're trying to get him in there. Apparently the Jeff Saturday's not working out. We saw what happened the other night.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Fourth quarter meltdown.
Jeez.
Let's talk about that.
33 points off.
I mean, he never had no coach in this business.
That whole offense just looks awful. I mean, Matt Ryan, what a drop off he took in the last couple of weeks. I mean, they turned the ball over like 6 times. 3 of them for touchdowns. It was unbelievable. It was 19-17 at the end of halftime. And then that fourth quarter started, it just unbelievable. I couldn't believe I was watching it.
So looking at your list here, Kevin Wilson, Ohio State offensive coordinator, he's leaving. He's going to Tulsa. So that's a big loss for Ohio State. Ryan Day obviously knows what he's doing. He's going to find someone to take that job.
Yeah.
Is Kevin Wilson going to stay and coach in the playoffs? Do we know that answer?
I have no answer to that. But what I'm hearing rumors is Hartline is going to get a promotion.
Yeah, Hartline's staying.
And getting a promotion. Well, we don't have an offensive coordinator now.
Well, that's probably why he's staying. It's probably because this
Getting a promotion.
It's what the coaches do at these big schools. It's if you have a chance to move up and go on.
From 3-3-0, might get a chance.
And I was nervous that Brian Hartline was going to get taken somewhere else.
And he probably will eventually.
All these coaches openings, and I was afraid he was taken off.
I think his heart's been Ohio State. I don't think he's probably ready for a head coaching job yet. Does that make sense? I think he's probably going to get a couple more years up under his belt because he's still fresh in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He 2-3 years in. So I think a little bit more experience up under his belt, he may be ready.
I think maybe if Ryan Day goes to the pros in a few years, Hartline could step up and take over that program. That'd be great.
Head coach of Ohio State.
I don't know.
A couple years as offensive coordinator in that offense, he'd be ready.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
Sometimes some good position coaches don't make good head coaches.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being realistic. I mean, how many times Kifflin, you know what I'm saying? How many times have you thinking his team's going to sell, but yet they don't sell.
Hey, he got an extension.
I mean, he got an extension.
He's staying.
But yet he's still, I like him better as a position coach instead of as the head general.
Yeah, I never liked Lane Kiffin. He's he's one of those coaches that just rubs me the wrong way, kind of like Jimbo Fisher. Nick Saban complaining about not making the playoffs. I mean, just shut up.
We don't own the music behind us is playing.
Right. We don't own the rights to this music. I can't even hear the music.
Oh, it's loud.
I mean, I can hear music playing. I don't know what it is, though. I can't make it out.
It's all the same.
Hype music.
So, a lot of college football. One thing I want to talk about in the pros is our good old friend Baker Mayfield.
I can't believe it. It only took him 2 days.
He got cut by the Panthers.
Cut by Baker.
But the Rams signed him and said he could play Thursday. He might play Thursday.
That's crazy.
Because they got guys hurt, so they just.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was going to go to San Francisco for sure.
I did too.
I was surprised to hear the Rams of all teams.
Anytime you got guys on IR, you'll get the call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is Stafford hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
But how about them Browns? They won this past week.
Hey, they won 2 in a row.
I know, and now this weekend they're playing Cincinnati, who they're 5-0 against in the last 5 games.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, as great as he is, going to the Super Bowl, has never beaten the Browns.
That's crazy. Of all teams.
Ain't that a secret?
You guys remember Brock Osweiler? Brock Osweiler has 3 wins in his career. All 3 against the Chicago Bears with 3 different teams. The Bills, the Dolphins, the Texans. That's 3 wins in his career. It's a weird stat kind of like that. Joe Burrow could beat anybody, it seems like, but the Browns. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And the defense looked good on Sunday, forcing all those turnovers.
Yeah, those of you who play fantasy, that's me. The Browns defense got 31 points, by the way.
Deshaun Watson got me 5 points.
Good thing you didn't start.
Good thing I didn't start him. It's good thing I was stuck with Mahomes.
But also, the Browns, after tonight, they play 2 Saturday games in a row. Or not tonight, but after this weekend, they play 2 Saturday games in a row. They play at 4:30 at home against the Ravens on Saturday, and then they play at home again on Saturday, Christmas Eve.
We'll be at that game.
And Chris and I will be at that game.
It'll be cold.
Yeah, it'll be cold, but it'll be fun. So 2 Saturday games.
What day is the Ravens game?
What's that?
What day is the Ravens game?
Saturday, 4:30.
Next Saturday.
What? Oh, that is
17th.
Wow. That's the day of the basketball.
Yeah, I know. We'll be at basketball.
I'll be at work.
Yeah, but I know. I thought the same thing. Speaking of basketball, we are again at Walsh High School for Walsh and Ignatius. It is halftime here for the JV game. Ignatius is up 27-11. Again, special thank you to Coach Cam Joyce. He came over and joined us a little bit. Coach, talk about basketball. You just talked about it. You got it up. I see it. There it is. How many games? 6? Yep, 6 games.
Yeah.
Cleveland
It's going to be a good day of basketball for you guys.
First game starts at 10:40 in the morning. Last game starts at 8 o'clock at night. Guess who's getting the hotel that night? Columbus friends come out and see me. But Cleveland Heights going against Olentangy Orange in the first game. Garfield Heights going up against Chaminade Julian second game. Then you have Ignatius, who we see here tonight, going against Afrocentric. Lutheran East going against CVCA, which is right across the street from where we are currently. Sierra Canyon going against St. Vincent St. Mary. Centerville versus Pickering Central. Coach, for me, the game I'm most excited for, that last one. Centerville and Pick Central. Seeing Gabe Cups go at it. Gabe is so good. It's going to be awesome. And then, you have all these guys from Syracuse.
And this is a rematch from last year, right?
We got another
State championship.
That's all.
We got another special guest.
We got another one.
My homie.
All right. We're getting famous over here. We're getting some celebrities.
Yeah, man.
So, Coach, talk about what Chris, you were saying. Which game you?
Oh, the last game of the Pickerington Central and Centerville is going to be an amazing game. Every game's going to be amazing, and
every game.
I'm excited. I have not ever seen St. Ignatius play before live. I'm excited to be here to see this game. I have seen Walsh last year against Madison. It should be a great game.
If you're not at this game, something's wrong with you. All this talent. Come and see Bronny.
I'm ready to see Bryce and Bronny.
Man,
yeah, Bronny.
Yeah, man. Bryce gonna do it. Man.
You see both of them, both the James boys.
Is Scottie Pippen gonna be there? Justin's playing.
It's gonna be a celebrity stunner.
Yeah, it is. And LeBron doesn't have a game that day.
Celebrity stunner.
I think we looked at this. LeBron has a game like that next morning. In
celebrity, he got a private jet, man. Celebrity stunner.
It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna have a great time.
Man, look at our camera guy.
You know who's not gonna be there probably is Penny Hardaway because he's with Memphis.
That's true. He's probably got a game to coach.
So he's probably busy.
Yeah.
Mike, just for that
for that showcase, they might put him there. Yeah.
Coming home.
Yeah, against St. V, which next Tuesday will be right here against Walsh Jesuit. Should be an amazing game.
Yeah, St. V?
Next week?
Next Tuesday, right here.
Right here. I'll be here if we can.
St. V and Walsh.
St. V and Walsh.
St. V's in the house now. They're going to post right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he is.
Famous coach from Central Howard back in the day. Coach Manier.
Is Central Howard still in school?
Coach Manier on here, man.
Look, first said, yeah, hold on. Chris, we may have to get an extra headset. If you like what we're doing, you want to buy us a headset, let us know. We need some extra ones. We need some extra equipment. Please feel free. Leave us a comment. We'll find a way to get a hold of you. Ain't that right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
So who we got coming up?
So we have a couple guys. Coach, you want to explain who TJ is for us?
TJ the real deal, man. TJ is one of the top guys, scouts. He knows the talent. TJ is the real deal, man. He's a good person, man. He knows these kids. He can tell you the ins and outs about what team, what kids gonna do what, and adjustments of and what kids have improved over the years, and what game expect to go to throughout the year.
So he'll be joining us here in a minute, and Bert's trying to go get some other people in here.
That's Coach Manier.
Bert's working it for us, our producer. As it gets there's a foul on the floor. It's a charging foul.
Say this is a loud arena, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people here, but it's just The acoustics in this place I like the dome shape. It's really cool.
So while we're waiting for TJ to come on over, let's
TJ
talk.
ready, buddy?
In a minute. It's all right. He'll come over in a minute. We're good.
Should we talk about Army Navy?
I want to talk about baseball real quick.
Okay.
Because, yeah, we'll be all right. Baseball really quickly. Emmanuel Clase, reliever of the year.
He deserved it. He had a hell of a season.
Also today, a big signing for the Guardians as they signed Josh Bell to a 2-year, $33 million deal.
Yeah, and that's such, thank God, because after last week, the whole Abreu thing, I was so upset that they let such a good player, they dropped the ball in that situation. So they signed Bell today. He's not the player Abreu is, but he's half the cost.
Yeah.
And if he's about half the production, well, then that's good, probably enough to get
30 home runs a year.
Okay, you know what? That's enough to probably get the Guardians over the hump. You put it in between Jose and Josh Naylor, and that's a real solid lineup.
And you get to move Naylor from playing every day in the field to DH.
Yeah, that'll cut back on his knee problems. That'll give him some rest, and if Bell can play first base every day.
Can I throw a curveball?
Yeah.
Let's put a little commentating on the JV game. We got the roster.
Yeah.
Let's show what we got.
Give him a little warm up for the.
Let's give a play-by-play.
All right.
A little warm up for the varsity for us here.
All right.
All right, Coach. You want to take lead?
Hey, man.
I'll let you. You want it? Here you go. I'll give you the set.
All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, Chris.
About halfway through the third quarter here.
Michael Graves bring the ball down. Pass the ball. Fernandez. Brooks looks inside. Back out top. Here we go. Pass back up top to Brooks. Corner.
Wide open.
Misses shot. Rebound.
You know, just short. He had all the time in the world, but these shots are just having a hard time going in tonight for these Warriors. I mean, excuse me.
You're so used to football.
So used to talking about Hoban. I just feel like Ignatius has got so much more size over Walsh in this game, but
Ball out of bounds.
Yep.
Retained to Walsh.
It's like we're gonna get Xavier Fernandez gonna throw it in.
Fernandez.
Almost picked, but retain possession. I think what that's Walsh is going to have to do. They have to try to get the ball down low and try and keep this pressure on this Wildcats defense. Man.
St. Ignatius is winning 31-14. Third quarter. JV game.
They won big in the freshman game as well. Here goes Graves.
Graves looking around. Graves. Pass it to the corner. To Brooks. Brooks look inside. Fudo misses the shot there. Bring the ball down. Blocking call on that.
Yeah, the lane was pretty open there for a minute. It just closed real fast. The Warriors came in to make the defensive play there. They are going to get the foul shot. Probably going to get a couple more points here, but it's better than getting a wide open look.
Yeah. At the line. Purse Gibbs makes the first shot.
With ease.
Got to have substitution coming in.
Oh, big kid. I don't see him on this roster, though.
55?
55 must be on the varsity
He's
team.
probably on the varsity roster. It's on the other side.
No, not on the varsity roster either.
Unless they changed his number. Unless he's a freshman. He could be on the freshman roster. I got the freshman roster right here somewhere.
No, he's not on this roster either. I don't know who this kid is.
Number 2.
Mystery man.
Leaner passes the ball inside. Missed shot. Missed opportunity there.
Oh, wide open.
Three-pointer by Griffin.
Just a nice pass. Wide open. Nobody in his face.
Out of bounds.
Walsh just got to continue to get the ball down low, but they got to make some of these baskets.
Yeah, man.
They're running out of time.
It's third period, 3:10 left, as you see. 36-14. So we're about to start the basketball season, Chris, and at least we get to get warm now around this time.
Yeah, right. That's one of my favorite things about basketball. It's always played indoors. It's not too cold out right now, but that's not going to last.
Yeah.
I'd imagine by the time you guys go to that tournament down in Columbus, it's going to be snowing and freezing. And
don't forget about the Ohio PBC Classic, December the 17th, at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Don't miss the nation's #1 event. I'm telling you, y'all, this is going to be a great event. You got Justin Pippen. You got likes of Gabe Cupps, L.A. Hayes, Bronny James. Oh, my God, that's going to be a stunner. Darren Peterson, Bryce James.
Yeah, a lot of superstars.
Devin Roy, Ohio State commit. So that's going to be a great first game. Going to kick off at 10:40 at Cleveland Heights versus Olatungi. Then the next game behind that will be Garfield Heights against Chaminade Julian. Then following that game, you have St. Ignatius versus Offercinchic of Columbus. Then you have Lutheran East versus CVCA. Then you have Sierra Canyon versus St. Vincent St. Mary. Then you have Centerville versus Pinkerton Central, last year's championship. So it's going to be a great game, folks.
Oh, yeah, that's the game I'm looking forward to the most, Pinkerton Central and Centerville.
Oh, man, that last game is going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
Play-by-play classic. I'm telling you, right here with Clearviewmedia Sports. Check us out, y'all. We're going to bring it to you, the coach, with my main man, my sidekick, Chris Magnolia. What's going on, my brother? We got my brothers in the house, my young fellas. Next Gen, what's up, baby? How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Sir, keep doing your great work. I'm telling you, y'all, they're coming up in the house. Great things coming. This is the coach.
It's going to start filling up here pretty soon. It looks like
it's about to
be a packed house in here.
Great rebound, great strong rebound by number 14, Evan Solar. The St. Ignatius, he's going to the line. Vert. Yeah. It's just a little live feed, just hanging out, chopping it up for you guys. Solar misses first shot. So what's your take on this upcoming season there, Chris?
Well, I see a lot of good teams so far. I'm going to go check out Perry in Geneva on Thursday. I can see Perry being a big team in the smaller divisions. But look no further than these two teams right here. This is going to be the kind of game we'll be looking forward in the playoffs to. I mean, these are two of the best teams in the state, usually every year.
Yes.
I love high school basketball. It's so exciting. There are so many good teams. And when you see these two big programs like this go at it, it just really shows what it's all about.
Oh, he missed the shot.
And Ignatius has been having the speed advantage this whole game. And it almost seems like they have the size advantage, too.
They're
making lots of passes. Look at this guy.
Yeah, they're very disciplined. Yeah, he's a football player right there. He don't want no part of no basketball court. They got back-to-back champs. They must be talking about soccer.
It says World War champs, 1918, 1945. World War I, World War II.
They weren't even born, dude. Come on. I love young fellas, man. I love the youngsters, man. The youngsters is just so cool to me.
Yeah, these kids look like they're ready to have a good time. It's going to be a rowdy student section.
Rowdy.
They all come in looking like that. Oh!
We're going to have play-by-play by Chris.
Big mystery man number 55 with the block.
And Steve the Keg. Rap-em. Hey, man, that's Stone Cold. Steve Stone Cold.
Let me get a hell yeah.
Baker.
Give him a Stone Cold stunner.
Yeah, Steve Stone Cold Baker going to bring you play-by-play along with Chris. Hey, the coach, I'm gonna get on the boards and just relax, baby.
You taking the game off?
Hey, man, I'm gonna eat me some Kit Kats, man, and just enjoy the day.
You better get over there before the pizza all runs out.
Oh man, I don't want no pizza, man. I'm cool. It was Taco Tuesday, so I got to give me some tacos.
Yeah.
You know
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's my favorite day of the week.
Oh man, Bert ain't sharing none of the, the Twizzlers over there. You know how Bert get. Bert get the Twizzlers. Bert the candy man, though.
Pass at the corner.
Candy
Missed.
Man. Candy man.
Pushing the ball up the court. Ignatius. Oh! Ahead of Hope. Fast break.
There you go. That was had it. I thought he was gonna dunk it, bro.
Yeah, he looked like he was about to.
Man, like he just about to put some ups. Oh, then Bert throw me the licorice, man. We got the licorice game going now. He didn't get the message soon enough, did he? Yeah, he gets the sound at about 2-3 minutes afterwards. Then he want to throw it at me. What kind of producer is he, man? Come on. He good guy, though. Good guy.
He's the best.
Hey, Kyrie Irving, you got to get out the way.
Right. We're going to need the student section to head to the student section.
Oh, these guys, they about to come in, man. I think they're trying to wait. They think it's going to clear out. This is some of the student sections about to come on in. Oh, now they notice they on camera. How nice. How nice. Then they about to kick over the tripod. I mean, you see this big camera sitting here. I mean, it's like, come on.
They don't
Bert finally got the
tables that we
reverb.
have.
So he finally laughed. He finally told Kyrie. He finally told Kyrie to get out the way. Oh.
Speaking of Kyrie, I know this is a little off topic. How about Colin Sexton? Looked like he's getting traded again.
Oh man, I think he was the missing link anyway for the Cavs. I think they're waiting for Bronny James. For those few years, and they're gonna bring Bronny James and LeBron James back to Cleveland. What you think?
It sounds great. It sounds like a nice little thing to do, but they don't need him. They don't need LeBron James back. They don't need Bronny James.
Come on, man. He need to come on home and retire.
I mean, look how good.
I think that's what those young guys need. They need that leadership, and the guy that brought it first to Cleveland. Cleveland, this is for you. Bring them back. Let them go off into the sunset.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do it without LeBron. I think, as much as I love
it, won't happen.
I'd like to see him with.
It won't happen.
With Donovan, with Darius, go out there and win it without LeBron.
It won't happen, man.
They're looking pretty good right now.
They looking good, but bro, what did he do in Utah? I'm just saying. What did he do in Utah?
Well, Utah's a tough team. Utah's always a tough team.
Hey, listeners, I'm telling you, feel free. My guy here, Chris. I'm waiting for Stone Cold Steve Baker. But the thing is, social media is fabulous, man. It brings the fans to you.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about it, I don't mind people voicing their opinion, but sometimes people can be nasty, man. I mean, you got to realize these are kids. And they act like the kids are professionals. Even professionals make mistakes, And then the flack that I get, I laugh, man. I got tough skin, man. I'm a bridge builder.
Yeah, you got to have tough skin to be a coach.
Hey, man.
Especially with
I laugh at some of the things that these people say, and I'm from the '60s, brother. I'm built from a different cloth, man. Stuff bounce off of me, bro. I ain't got soft skin.
That's good. That's important to have. Oh, nice shots.
Yes, sir.
Vince Brody.
Down.
Three-pointer puts the Wildcats up 49-18.
With 7.3 seconds left in the third period. This warm-up feel good, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess looks like that, Walsh is down this game. Ignatius just might have a little more depth on their chart. I mean, they do have two freshman teams.
Yeah. And think about it. And at the end of the third, we got 49-18. St. Ignatius over Walsh Jesuit. Man, look at the fans we got standing over here to our right, man. They got the 50-50 raffle about to go down.
Yeah.
Wow. Look, and they still pouring in. This gym is about to be so packed.
It's going to be a packed house tonight. It's going to be lots of kids, lots of fans.
Man, I'm about to go get me a Kit Kat, dude.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Man, I love Kit Kats, man. That's the best, one of the best outside payday, you know.
You ever had a chocolate payday?
Nah, man. I'm not really big on chocolate. It depends on what it is, you know.
You know, I was saying that for years they should make a chocolate payday, and they finally made one. It's just basically a Baby Ruth.
Oh, they're making the students get off the floor. Man, they loaded over. They ain't got no room.
No, they all moved back.
Man, they're going to fall off the back of the wall down the back of the bleachers look like, man.
I feel like the entire school is here.
Oh, my God. Where the parents sitting? Oh, the parents are on the other side, across from them, I see. So where are the St. Ignatius fans going to sit behind their bench, I'm assuming?
Yeah, probably.
And you still got people coming in.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes left in this game, and then we got about half an hour for the game to start after that.
Clearviewmedia podcast.
Stolen again.
Is he going to? Oh, I thought he was going to.
He ain't dunking.
Oh, man.
Anthony Menite.
Menite with the basket. Man, what's wrong with these kids come in with pajamas?
And flags.
But you notice when the football season, when it's cold, man, they be having their shirts off. I don't know how they do it. I'm an old dude, man. I be having my thermal on. So, I mean, people look at me, they think I'm young, Chris. You know, hey, Chris, I mean,
you are young.
I mean, I appreciate it. Chris, you what, 39, 38?
39.
39. Look, my baby brother is 47 years old.
Oh, wow.
So just imagine how old I am. I got a son, 40.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Coach.
Hey, man, I got a 20-year-old granddaughter.
That's adorable. No, you know, I go to these games, these football games in Milwaukee. I go to these Browns games in January. There's always some guy there with no shirt on. I don't understand it. I couldn't drink enough whiskey to be that warm.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, I'm an old dude, man. I can't take the cold.
No, me neither.
Hey, man, I don't like the heat, and I definitely don't like the cold. That's for sure. But I want to move in. But you know, I want to move somewhere where it's warm. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't keep on doing, you know, this winter, man.
Yeah. My parents moved to Florida. They're tired of the cold weather.
Hey, bro. My son keep trying to get me to come to Florida, but I don't know.
Yeah, where at?
Orlando.
Okay, very nice.
I took him down there 12 years ago, and he's still there, man, hanging in there.
He ain't never left, huh?
Oh, man, he's the first responder. I'm so proud of that dude.
Oh,
man.
very, very cool.
Oh,
block shot.
Oh, and then he stepped on the line.
Henry Fuda with the big block.
Great block. By Fuda.
Can that be the spark the Warriors need?
I don't know, man.
Oh, nice shot.
3.
Jackson Pierce.
By Pierce.
He is long and he is tall and he's got a beautiful stroke.
I noticed that about Cam Joyce, about a lot of his players. He gets those tall, lanky, structural players.
I was thinking the same exact thing about these guys. They have a lot of height, Ignatius does.
Yes.
And like you said, they're long and they're lanky, but man, they can shoot. And they're not afraid to get in there either with these bigger guys.
Well, they got a great teacher, you know, because Cam had a great teacher, you know.
How long has he been coaching Ignatius?
I think this is his third year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That he said. You know, he had a great coach within his dad, Coach Drew Joyce, the legend.
The legend of Akron.
Then he had his older brother. So.
Yeah, is his older brother coaching at Akron now?
His older brother was at Cleveland State.
Okay.
And I think he got promoted. You know, I have to look it up. But he's doing his thing as well.
What's Drew Joyce the senior doing nowadays?
Man, going into another season, coming off a state championship.
Oh, right on. Looking to defend that title in first game against Sierra Nevada.
Yep.
All right, looks like we're wrapping up here tonight. We're getting ready for the last game. All right.
It's almost that time, y'all. About to do it. Clearview Media Sports. I'm the coach,
Chris Hook.
and next to me is my main man, Steve Stone Cold Bacon.